You're zooming close.
I thought there was something wrong with the camera.
If you didn't wear something red, white, and blue, you had to wear one of those hats.
Call the meeting to order. Would everyone please rise and salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call?
Counselor Hartranft.
Here.
Counselor Conley.
Here.
Counselor Lockwood.
Here.
Counselor Sprague.
Here.
Supervisor Ross.
Here. Okay, we'll go right into our public hearings. The first one would be the fireman's contract. Any questions on that? Any public comment?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft.
Yes.
Counselor Conley.
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood.
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
Yes.
Supervisor Ross.
Yes.
Motion's carried. 5-0.
Public hearing number 2 would be on special districts. We'll call it to order and dispense with roll call. Any public comment on that one?
I'll make a motion to close that public hearing.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft.
Yes.
Counselor Conley.
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood.
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
Yes.
Supervisor Ross.
Yes.
Motion's carried. 5-0.
Okay, public hearing number 3, the preliminary budget for 2005. We'll call that to order and dispense with roll call. Any questions on that? This is too easy.
I'll move it close.
I'll second it.
Counselor Hartranft. Counselor Conley.
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood.
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
Yes.
Supervisor Ross.
Yes. Okay, public hearing number 4, local law 2004, number 1, imposing court surcharge. We'll call the meeting to order and dispense with roll call.
I'll second it.
We were going to vote on that later.
I did.
George,
Okay.
Are you gonna vote on it? No, you-
that's all we're gonna say.
Well, that would come up under the resolutions later, wouldn't it?
It's gonna be in the other thing anyway, right?
Counselor Hartranft.
Yes.
Counselor Conley.
Yes.
Counselor Lockwood.
Yes.
Counselor Sprague.
Yes.
Supervisor Ross.
Yes.
Motion is carried. 5-0.
Okay, we'll call our regular meeting to order and dispense with roll call. Under announcements and communications, public dancing November 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. And all town offices will be closed November 25th and 26th for Thanksgiving. We'll go right into committee reports. The firemen.
So far for the year, we got 549 alarms as of today. The men and women have logged approximately $1,800 of drill for the year. Next month, I think it's the first weekend in December, we got a big linen sale. Somebody's coming in and doing it on, anybody wants to go to that. Still have bingo every Tuesday night, crowd's been down. Understand the holidays and everything coming up. We want to thank the highway department for making markers for us. They're all up. They're gonna work great. Went on real nice. Hopefully we don't need them, but we'll be able to find them now. And any anybody has any questions for us, anything we do, just feel free to contact us, stop up anything.
Thank you. Assessor?
Okay, the STAR monies, of course, each year are received from the state, provided to the town in administrating the STAR exemption program, which is about $2,300. And we're getting ready to mail out our renewals for the 2005 exemptions, including ag and aged and veterans, or any of those that are to be renewed. And I will each month, all the way through until March 1, remind us that exemption time is coming, and those who feel that they may be eligible for an exemption should contact the office. And I'm, looking at new construction and those things throughout the town on a regular basis through till March 1.
Building inspector?
I have it. One of you want to read it?
Thanks.
Planning board. You, color, you look cute.
You don't read off all these names, right? Yeah. Okay, the code enforcement. Let's see, accessory buildings 4 for $500 or $656, alterations 3 for $181, commercial permits 1 for $1,380, decks 1 deck for $50, demolition permit 1 for $50, manufactured home 2 for $324, manufactured homes in a park 2 for $130, 1 and 2 family homes 3 for $1,489, permit extensions for 6 months 4 at $140, swimming pool 1 for $35, for a total of 22 at $4,435. That's the grand total. And let's see, cited 2 violations, 8 certificate of occupancies, and 17 certificate of compliances. That's submitted by Don Ryan.
Okay. Dog control?
Okay. Dog Control Officer's monthly report for October 2004. He had 20 calls received, 3 dogs housed at the kennel, 1 dog adopted, 2 dogs euthanized, 5 dogs reported lost, 1 dog bite reported, 100 total miles traveled, 10 appearance tickets, and he needs an outdoor light, and it's submitted by Edward Smith.
Expenses
Highway?
for October 2004.
Supplies and maintenance, $14,549.11. Payroll, $19,744. For a total of $34,293.11. The payroll hours as follows: 420 on machinery repair, 190 on tree work, 50 hours on paving, cold patching, 270 hours on hauling, that's mostly sand, 10 hours on beaver dams, 50 hours on drainage and culvert work, for a total of 990 hours. For the month of October, we used 125 gallons of gas, 1,328 gallons of diesel fuel. And winter's on its way, as everybody sees Tuesday. I think everybody needs to slow down just a little bit.
Historian?
The past few weeks, I have been occupied at times discussing the New York State Canal Corridor with the U.S. Department of Interior as to the feasibility of a tourist attraction on the local level. They believe it has large potential and plan to develop further. Also assisting several families with their Volney genealogies, and these families range from Long Island to Virginia, Idaho, Wisconsin. Also helping the local friends of history with their interpretation of olden pictures and snapshots of this locale. And I'd like to throw an addendum in here. Last winter, early spring, I was asked about an area off in Maple Avenue and between there and Emery Street, a place that I guess some of you call the Glen, and I'm sure Mr. Sprague probably is familiar with that. And they mentioned 100-foot waterfall and all that. And the first thing I asked them is, could I get some of whatever they were drinking, you know? Because I couldn't believe this. Well, 2 weeks ago, I happened to, at long last, the flies haven't left, and mosquitoes, I got in there looking over. And there is a glen in there that's unbelievable. Even to me, here's a flat spot of muckland up Maple Avenue, and then you head towards Emery Street, and at least 80 to 100 feet, that would be my opinion of the height in there. You know, and they had, there was a couple old drilled gas wells in there, and I guess a Boy Scout troop met in there at one time also, you know, vocal sang. And I thought it was interesting, and I pass it on, and I thank you very much.
Okay, planning?
The planning board held its monthly meeting on November 3rd, and they had 3 topics of discussion. First was the Riverview Business Park, or Riverview Business Limited, which is the ethanol plant, public hearing, and it was held, and it was originally held on 10/25 of '04. A lot of people spoke in favor for approval, and no one spoke against approval. So at this meeting, after consideration and review, the site plan application was approved. All board members were in attendance. The second one, Elizabeth Birch had an application for a single split at 498 Kingdom Road in Oswego. After careful review, Mrs. Birch, her application was approved. And the third topic was Mr. Seymour submitted an application for a major subdivision on Vacuum Cooler Road. Mr. Seymour would like to split the land into 9 separate parcels. Many questions were raised concerning the split. A copy of Mr. Seymour's application was forwarded to our town attorney for further review. Respectfully submitted by Kelvin Kyle.
Recreation?
Our last month's trip was to Godfrey's Last Stand. It was October 23rd with 20 people in attendance. All went well. The children went on an educational hayride through the Forest of Knowledge, picked a pumpkin, and had their faces painted. Donuts and cider were provided here at the town hall first before they left on the bus to go to Godfrey's. Our next trip is at the Oswego Theater to view the Polar Express movie. It was a children's book that they made into a movie with a small Christmas party to follow. This is scheduled for Saturday, November 27th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Thank you.
Zoning?
I don't have zoning, but I have the town clerk report. 18 certified copies, $182.60. 2 marriage licenses, $35. 3 town hall donations, $220. 1 zoning book and 1 planning, or 1 zoning hearing and 1 planning public hearing for $65. And a bingo license and proceeds, $200.48. 1 dog adoption, $25. 82 dog licenses, $194.60. Money taken in from code office, $4,455. The total income was $6,228.08. The total paid out was $537.40. And the total paid to the town was $5,690.68. We made 28 phone calls and sent 24 cards to delinquent dog owners.
Does anyone have the zoning one? Okay, we'll do the old business. New business? Greg's hair ought to be new business. Anybody want to discuss that?
Just to support the troops and the veterans. But it's good to see Chet out and about now that his leg's getting healed from the broken leg. That's new business.
Yeah, that would be there. Okay, we'll go into our resolutions.
Petitions.
I don't think there's anybody here with a petition for sure, but,
Petitions? Am I going to resolutions?
yep.
Resolution 2004-109, approval of minutes. Move to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 14, 2004, having been previously distributed to the board for their review without reading them aloud.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hartrat?
Yes.
Mr. Conlon?
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried 5.
Resolution 200-110, transfer of funds. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to transfer the following funds. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 1670.4 central printing and mailing contractual $1,000. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 8810.4 cemetery contractual $150. From A 1990.4 contingency to A 351.0.4 dog control contractual $300.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hartrat?
Yes.
Mr. Conlon?
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried 5.
Resolution 2004-111, payment of vouchers. Move to authorize the supervisor to instruct the bookkeeper to pay the following vouchers from the appropriate accounts. Vouchers 284 through 314, general fund in the amount of $10,307.14. Vouchers 209 through 226, highway fund in the amount of $14,549.11. Voucher number 15, Oswego Healthcare, in the amount of $66.93. Voucher number 14, and Seneca Hill Sewer, in the amount of $88.56, as shown on abstracts number 11 for the month of November 2004. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hartrat?
Yes.
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 Resolution 2004-112, adopt general and highway preliminary budget for 2005. Move to adopt the general and highway preliminary budget for 2005. The preliminary budget becomes the final budget when adopted. I'll move it.
I'll second it, but Dennis, you want to spend just a moment and just tell them how it ends up?
Well, bottom line, it ends up with no increase whatsoever. We gave a 1 cent increase to the fire department. And again, that would be, I mean, they have a higher cost for fuel and their heating costs are going up. We give a 2 cent increase to the highway department. Basically, that was for fuel, and again, as you've heard from other municipalities around, there's a major hike increase in retirement system. The general fund took a 3 cent decrease, which bottom line meant we leveled it right off. There'd be no increase probably now for like the 9th year. And I'll leave it at that.
Mr. Hartrat?
Yes.
Mr. Conlon?
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Supervisor Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried 5.
Wake up.
Thought you were going to change your mind for a minute there, Dennis.
Somebody has it.
No, I'm telling you, 14.
I'll read it.
I'll read it, I don't care. You can read it?
I'll read it.
Okay, go ahead. Sure.
Resolution 2004-113, adopt fireman's contract for 2005. Move to adopt the Volney volunteer fireman's contract for 2005. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hartrat?
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, Resolution 2004-114, adopt special district budget. Move to adopt the special district budgets for 2005.
I'll second it.
Do we know what the special district budgets are? If that's the water and the sewerage and stuff around the town.
Yes.
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 Resolution 2004-115, accept bid on Massey Ferguson tractor. Move to accept the bid of $1,855 from Jerry Taft. The town received only one bid.
I'll second it.
Yes.
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 Resolution 2004-116, approve local law 2004-01, implementing $10 fine for traffic violations. Move to approve local law 2004-02 to implement an additional fine, a $10 traffic fine for traffic violations pursuant to Vehicle and Traffic Law number 1809. Do we have to read this, Barb, or just? Okay. Okay, I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Before we take a vote on this, did we discuss on tabling this particular one?
I believe so.
The reason for putting it in tonight and have the public hearing is we could implement this anytime we wanted to. It looks now like the state may rescind this law, and if they do rescind it and it goes back where the municipalities start receiving this money again, we'd have to go back and rescind this town law. So we'll leave it open right now so that we don't have to have the public hearing again, and if we hear that it's going to stay in, then we can just go ahead and vote on this in the future.
Scratch that.
Let me just ask you this question. How long do you want to wait? I mean, how long should we give the state to rescind it?
I think we should, at least until the next meeting.
Okay.
And in that time, we'll contact Senator Wright's office, and we'll see how he feels on it again. I mean, I've received information that probably this will be rescinded, but
We do it at our first meeting in January.
And we can do that.
Till the end of the year.
okay, I think that ends them. Is there any public comment?
Dennis, can I say one thing? Are there any veterans out here? Any more? None? Would you mind standing and tell me what service you were in and when?
I served in the United States Marine Corps in 93 through 96.
Thank you very much for your service to our country. Thank you. I want to say Veterans Day is today, as everyone knows, and Barb has pointed out, if we didn't wear red, white, and blue, we have to wear these nice little sailor hats here. And I was in the Air Force, and I'm not wearing a sailor hat. So what I want to say to the veterans is Veterans Day isn't just for the people that we remember that passed away or was killed. It's also for the living veterans too. And thank you for your service to the military, to our country.
Okay, future meetings. December 1st would be the next planning board meeting, that's at 7 p.m. December 6th would be the next zoning board meeting at 7 p.m. December 7th would be the next bill signing agenda at 6:30 p.m. December 9th would be our next town board meeting at 7 p.m. And December 28th would be our last bill signing session at 6:30 p.m. with a special meeting immediately following. And that's to pay the last bills of the year because they have to be paid. And January 1st is our organizational meeting, and that'll be 10 o'clock in the, and I'm sure that's going to be on us, well, it's going to be on January 1st, right? Regardless what date it is.
Yeah.
Would someone like to move to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
I don't know if it falls on Sunday or
Yes.
Saturday. I have to work.
They're doing it after,
Yes.